It's mic drop, mama, clear to speak.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my week 22 pregnancy update, but before we jump into it, I just want to let anybody who's new here know that this isn't my typical video. I usually put up what I call mom raps.
Yeah. Treat our babies right, just like you. Each one's a precious human life. They need your understanding, protection, and guidance, not your fearful assumptions, your threats, and your violence.
If that looks like something that interests you, please make sure you hit the subscribe button because I have a lot more coming up in the future for this pregnancy and for just motherhood in general. But let's jump into my week 22 pregnancy update. Okay, so on my Pregnancy Plus app, I'm just going to read you guys some of the facts for week 22. Okay, so it says they are now 11.38 inches long and they're 1.10 pounds. So we finally made it to 1 pound. Wow. I honestly never even paid attention to how much they weigh whenever I was pregnant the first time. And so I never realized that it took 22 weeks for them to get to a pound. That seems crazy to me, like 1 pound. Just 1 pound. But anyways, so it also says rapid eye movements, so REM sleep, I guess, has begun to occur during baby's sleep. So maybe that means they're having dreams now, I don't know. Your baby's skin has now changed from translucent to a more opaque appearance. Baby is starting to look cuter and more like how he or she will look at birth. So yeah, that's what it says for week 22. Just a little picture. Boop, boop, boop. That's about it for the official baby facts of the week. Now I'm just gonna move on to my baby's update. So I actually missed my MFM doctor appointment this past week on accident because I'm just forgetful like that, I guess. I also have a lot more appointments than a normal pregnant person would have because I'm type 1 diabetic, as I've mentioned in my previous videos. I have my MFM appointments, which is like the high risk specialty doctor, and then I have my normal OB appointments. So sometimes I just don't remember and it's totally my fault, but yeah, I did that this past week and I of course felt so bad, and it sucks because I missed seeing the baby this past week, which I really look forward to getting those ultrasounds done and showing you guys the pictures. So yeah, the doctor that I see only works on Mondays, so I basically have to wait a whole week to have another appointment. So I have that appointment this next Monday and I'm not gonna forget. So another baby update is that I'm starting to feel the baby a lot more. I can feel her rolling around now and there as opposed to just like tiny kicks or little butterfly tickles. Any kicks or hiccups are like a lot more intense. I find it really comforting because even though I missed my appointment, I know she's still okay in there because the movements are really obvious and they happen multiple times throughout the day. Next thing that I wrote down is that my toddler has been starting, I guess he's not a toddler anymore. He's 4 years old now, so my 4-year-old has been, I think, understanding more of what's going on because he sees my belly getting a lot bigger, and I am constantly reminding him that I have a baby in there. And on top of that, I've been watching like birth videos with him. He actually really enjoys watching those videos with me, and so I think he kind of like has made the connection in his brain that the baby in mommy's tummy is gonna come out and then there'll be a baby here with us. I don't know what other people's opinions are on letting young children watch birth videos, but in my opinion, it's a natural process and I don't see anything wrong with little humans seeing how humans are born. Yeah, I choose to let him watch birth videos and I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's helping him understand what's going on. So I wrote down that I'm slightly nervous about, I guess, preterm labor or preterm birth. Not for any specific reason. It's just this pregnancy has been a lot different in that regard because I just went through a miscarriage earlier this year, and I also, on top of that, have diabetes, and I had diabetes in my first pregnancy also, but I feel like because I had that miscarriage, my anxieties and like worries about this pregnancy going well are a lot more intense than they were in my first pregnancy. But everything so far has been perfectly fine, so I don't really have any reason to worry that much. I just kind of do. But I'm excited to be reaching the 23 to 24 week mark because that is basically the week that your baby will have a good chance of surviving if they're born, which is really comforting, because then I know that I'm getting to the point where if the baby comes out early, then it'll be okay. So yeah, I don't really talk that much about diabetes specifically because I know like a lot of you guys don't have diabetes, so you don't understand what it's like to have diabetes your entire pregnancy, but I'm just going to touch on it a little bit just in case any of you guys do have diabetes, or if you've been diagnosed with gestational diabetes or anything like that. So basically, the really important thing that you have to take care of when you have diabetes in general, but especially when you're pregnant, is making sure that your blood sugars stay in like the normal range, generally around 100. When you're pregnant, it is extremely difficult to keep it in that range because pregnancy affects your blood sugar in like insane ways. You have like insulin resistance, and insulin is what you use to make sure your blood sugars stay in the normal range. So when your body does not respond to insulin, it can be really stressful because your blood sugar doesn't want to stay in the normal range. It can kind of stress you out that your baby's being affected, and also your placenta can stop working early on, so like in the 30 to 40 week range, which is why you get tested so often at the end of your pregnancy when you're diabetic. So yeah, that's just a little description of what it's like to have diabetes when you're pregnant, which can make it a lot more stressful because you literally have to test your blood sugar 5 to 10 times a day, and I even test in the night just to make sure that my blood sugars are always in the normal range, and a lot of times they aren't. It takes a lot of dedication and constantly staying on top of it. It's like a full-time job. If any of you guys are experiencing diabetes in pregnancy, I'm totally there with you. It's a giant extra weight on you in addition to all the normal pregnancy things that every woman goes through. Don't feel bad if you mess up every now and then, because we all do it, and my last baby turned out perfect, and I just did my best with my diabetes in pregnancy and everything turned out fine. So I'm just hoping and praying that that happens again this time. So good luck to you if you are going through diabetes in pregnancy as well, and don't be too hard on yourself. All right. So I thought I should throw something in about diabetes at some point, since it's something I deal with every day, all day. But yeah, let's move on now to my symptoms. So this past week, and like the past couple weeks actually, I think I've mentioned it in my videos before, I've been slightly constipated. It's been pretty annoying, but it is what it is, I suppose. I definitely need to start drinking more water. But yeah, another, I guess, symptom is that I've been actually cleaning a lot more and like kind of not hating it like I usually do. I do not like cleaning just anything. I don't like cleaning the house. I don't like cleaning dishes. Whenever I do a task, I like going full force at it and then knowing that it's done and that it's in the past. But with cleaning, it's like you did all this work and then it's done. Great job. Okay, let's do it again tomorrow. It never ends. It's just like insane. So sometimes, I mean, a lot of times I just avoid it, but I think one of my symptoms is that I'm not minding as much having to clean all of that, because I've been doing it a lot more than I normally do, and it doesn't make me feel depressed. I wish I felt more like doing that more often, but I guess I'll take advantage of it and clean as much as I can. I guess that's what the nesting symptom of pregnancy is. Okay, so the last symptom I wrote down, I guess it's not really a symptom, just like a feeling. I've just been feeling like I've hit the point where I'm just over being pregnant. Like, I don't know if you guys have hit that point yet. Let me know in the comments how you feel, if you're like around the same week pregnant that I am, because I just feel like I'm done already, and I'm just like, I still have 18 weeks left. So I'm trying to figure out in my head how I'm going to mentally be okay with going that much longer and getting even bigger and all the things that I have left to do. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you feel the same way or what you're doing to pass the time, I guess, because I could use some tips. All right, so I guess that is it for my symptoms and for this week's update. I'm gonna show you guys my belly now, and then that will be it. there you go. That's my 22-week belly. So just to close things up, just wanted to mention that I just released my first trimester mom wrap. I will link it up here and down below in the description if you guys want to check that out. It's really funny in my opinion. So yeah, go check that out if you haven't seen it. I will see you guys in my next update. Bye.
Hey, it's Mike, drop mama on the beat. Can't you feel the heat? It's Mike, drop mama, here to speak. Won't you take a seat? It's Mike, drop mama on the beat.
It's Mike, drop mama, here to speak. Go ahead, take a seat.